Hi everybody, Kyle Austin, MLive.com here at Bryceland Center after Michigan State's 93-47 win over Northern Michigan. Here with my first three takeaways of the season. Takeaway number one, exhibition game. First time we've seen Michigan State play in public this year, and really nothing we saw to worry. I mean, I think that's all you really want, or most of what fans want in these exhibition games, right? Is to not get freaked out by anything, not lose, not come close to losing, not have any huge glaring red flags going into the regular season. And Michigan State, I think you can breathe easy, Michigan State fans, after this one. I mean, they won comfortably, went on a 22-point run in the first half. Nick Ward looked very good. Cassius Winston looked very good. No big turnover issues, as has been an issue before. No big foul issues. And pretty much just smooth sailing start to finish, which is what you want. And obviously with Kansas coming in, it's hard to look at them playing Northern Michigan and make a judgment about how they'll play against Kansas, but I think it's certainly better than if we'd seen something really negative today, and we didn't. We saw a team that looked pretty solid, and I think they can feel okay going into Kansas. Takeaway number two, you know, if you look back, if you read anything about the scrimmage they played against Gonzaga over the weekend, Nick Ward looked pretty good there, double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, and was curious to see how he looked tonight, and he really looked pretty dominant, and you have to give the caveat that he's playing a Division II team, he's playing smaller guys than he's normally going to, but you know, Michigan State looked to him a lot. I thought that he played within himself. He got to the free throw line quite a bit, which is big for him. Finished strong around the hoop. Didn't really see the expanded game that we talked about, but really with his bread and butter, just posting up and just getting good buckets from that, he was very good. And Michigan State obviously is losing a lot of offense with Miles Bridges going out the door and Jaren Jackson going out the door. And based on what we've seen so far, it's only been 2 games, but I think Nick Ward's going to be able to pick up a lot of that slack. I think he's going to be a really big part of this offense. And I think he's going to be able to play more minutes. You can't really tell based on the total minutes today because they go up 40 and they go deep into the rotation, but he's playing longer stretches. He told me after the game his conditioning is to the point where he can play longer stretches and hopefully get up from those 19 minutes a game, because I think his offense certainly deserves that. So I could see him going up maybe towards mid-20s if his defense is okay and if he can stay out of foul trouble, and I think that would make him a really big part of this offense. And then takeaway number 3, you know, one of the things you're looking at more so than I think individual guys is who's playing, what the rotations look like. And Michigan State looks like it's settling in at around 8 guys, 8 primary guys. Would be the starters: Cassius Winston, Joshua Langford, Matt McQuaid, Kenny Goins, and Nick Ward, and then 3 guys off the bench. Aaron Henry and Xavier Tillman were the first 2 off the bench today, the wing and the forward there. And then Kyle Arns came off pretty soon after that. So you're looking at 5 wings, only 3 forwards, which, you know, foul trouble could expand that a little bit, but that's what it looks like right now. Tommy just said afterwards that's what he feels comfortable with right now, which would be smaller, but I think they've got some freshmen that they don't really feel are ready yet, and it could expand. But right now that seems like the main playing group. And I think the biggest surprise with that is that there's really only one true point guard in there. Foster Lawyer did come on. He played a significant amount of minutes today, but Tom Izzo was pretty clear afterwards that he's got some progress he needs to make before he's ready to play serious minutes against serious teams like Kansas. So in his stead, Matt McQuaid was the second point guard to play. And that was a bit of a surprise, not something we heard about a lot, but it sounds like he could be kind of that second point guard going forward. He's done it before. He played a fair amount of point guard as a freshman. Looks like they'll look for him to be out there when Cassius Winston isn't, so that's kind of a different look, not really a natural thing for him, but I think he's comfortable with it. He told me afterwards he's not going to try to do too much. He's certainly not going to try to be Cassius Winston, but get Michigan State in their offense, keep the ball moving, and just focus on kind of the basics there. So kind of a bit of a surprise, and it looks like he'll be kind of one of those 8 guys that they're going with. That'll do it from Bryceland Center tonight. 1 week from tonight, it'll be Michigan State, Kansas, and check MLive.com/Spartans for all the coverage.